Welcome, my friends, to a new horror story about the girl who never blinks. It began with a whisper in the middle of the night. No one in the small town of Daweswell really noticed when the new family moved into the old Greaves house, a creaking Victorian manor left to rot at the edge of the woods. No one cared until the girl started showing up. She was always in the same spot, just past the school gates, standing unnaturally still under the rusted "Welcome to Daweswell Elementary" sign. Pale, silent, wearing a navy blue dress that looked decades out of date. Her name, as far as anyone could tell, was Emily. But no one knew for sure, because Emily never spoke, and Emily never blinked. At first, the kids thought she was weird, just a freaky new girl with creepy eyes and creepy clothes. But after a week, things changed. First, a boy named Daniel swore he saw her standing outside his window at night. He screamed. His parents found nothing, but in the morning, Daniel was gone. The police blamed a runaway. The town moved on. The following week, two girls from Mrs. Cartwright's class told the principal that Emily had followed them into the bathroom. They turned around, and she was just there, staring. One of the girls fainted, the other transferred schools. Then it was Jordan's turn. Jordan Whitmore was 13, tall for his age, sarcastic. A bit of a loner but sharp and observant. He didn't believe in ghost stories, and he certainly didn't believe in the girl who never blinks, as the school kids had started calling her. She's just a weirdo, Jordan told his best friend Evan one day. She probably has some eye condition, or trauma, or she's just, I don't know, trying to be spooky. People are disappearing, man, Evan whispered. First Daniel, then Miss Avery quit without a word. Even Principal Green's gone now. They found his car still running outside the forest. Coincidence, Jordan said, though he didn't really believe it. Then he saw her. It was a Friday afternoon. The sun had just dipped below the horizon, leaving the sky in an eerie purple haze. Jordan had stayed late in the art room, working on a painting he didn't want anyone to see. When he finally left the school, the halls were already silent. Too silent. As he walked past the lockers, he saw her, Emily, standing at the far end of the hallway, staring at him, her head tilted slightly, like a curious dog. Her long black hair hung in unmoving strands, and her eyes, wide, round, unblinking, locked with his. Jordan froze. "Hey," he said, his voice cracking. She didn't move. "Do you need help?" No answer. "Okay, you're kind of freaking me out now." Still, nothing. Not even a blink. Jordan backed away. The lights above flickered. A low hum filled the hallway. Then the lights died completely. Darkness. Jordan fumbled for his phone. The flashlight flicked on. He spun around. She was gone. That night, Jordan dreamt of her. He stood in a forest of dead trees, fog curling at his feet. Emily was ahead of him, her dress fluttering without wind. She didn't walk. She floated. Every time he turned away, she appeared closer. Her eyes wide, too wide. He woke in a cold sweat. For the next 3 days, he saw her everywhere. In reflections, behind trees, at the edge of his vision. He told Evan. Evan told him to stay away from mirrors. But it didn't help, because she was already inside. On Tuesday, Jordan stayed home from school. His mom thought he was sick. He didn't correct her. That evening, he found a note slid under his bedroom door. No one admitted to putting it there. Do not look into her eyes. Do not blink when she is near. If you blink, she takes something. Beneath the message was a drawing of Emily, her face pale and doll-like, her eyes two hollow pits, and in the background, figures, children, their faces twisted in terror. Jordan laughed nervously and crumpled the paper. That night, he set up cameras in his room. The next morning, one of the cameras was broken. The footage from the others was corrupted, static, screeching audio. For a moment, only a single clear frame remained. Emily, standing at the foot of Jordan's bed, eyes locked on the lens. No blinking, no expression, just watching. Jordan screamed. That afternoon, he went back to the Greaves house. He had to understand. He had to end this. The house was worse up close, half swallowed by vines, shutters falling apart, the front door hanging loose on its hinges. No lights, no sound, just the wind and the creak of the porch under his shoes. He stepped inside. Dust choked the air. The wallpaper peeled like flaking skin. Every mirror in the house was shattered. Black and white photos lined the walls, faces scratched out or burned through. In the hallway, he found a door that led to the basement. A thick padlock held it shut, but next to it, etched into the wall in something brown and dry, "She watches to stay alive. Your blink feeds her. Every time you look away, she takes." Jordan's breath quickened. Suddenly a sound, a soft rhythmic tapping, from upstairs. He followed it. The noise led him to a room with a child's bed, untouched by time. Dolls with melted faces lined the shelves. On the wall above the bed, pictures, all of Emily. The same face, the same eyes. In one photo, her family stood behind her, but their eyes were scratched out. On the back of the photo, 1894, Emily Greaves, age 8. She hadn't aged a day. Jordan turned and froze. She was in the doorway. He couldn't speak, couldn't move. Emily stepped forward, one foot, then another. Her neck tilted. Her mouth began to open, slowly, painfully, as if the act of expression was foreign to her. Then she whispered, "Don't blink." Jordan's eyes burned. The air around her shimmered like heat over asphalt. "Why?" he croaked. "Because I'm hungry." He ran, down the stairs, out of the house, into the woods. Branches clawed at him, shadows danced behind the trees. He heard her, the rustle of her dress, the soft, wet sound of bare feet on leaves. He reached the street and didn't stop running until he was home. His mum asked what happened. He said nothing. He didn't sleep. That night, Evan came over. "I found something," Evan said. He pulled out a printout, a newspaper article from 1895. "Local girl dies in fire. Body never found." Emily Greaves had died in a fire, trapped in the basement. The article said she was obsessed with dolls, mirrors, and watching people sleep. "She's not alive, Jordan," Evan said. "She's trapped, feeding off fear, off attention, maybe even off sight." Jordan nodded slowly. "So how do we stop her?" Evan's eyes were grave. "We stop looking." They devised a plan, a ritual. At midnight, they returned to the Greaves house, brought mirrors, covered their eyes, and entered the basement. They found the door open. Inside, the air was heavy, warm like breath. Candles lit themselves along the walls. In the center of the room, a circle of dolls. And Emily, waiting. "You looked," she said. "You always look." "Not anymore," Evan whispered. They turned away, closed their eyes. "We're not afraid," Jordan said. Emily screamed. The walls shook, the dolls convulsed, the candles flared, and then silence. When they opened their eyes, she was gone. For a while, everything seemed normal. Jordan went back to school. No more sightings, no more dreams. But one day, while cleaning his room, he found something tucked under his bed. A note. "She's waiting. She never blinks. Neither should you." That night, Jordan stared at his reflection for hours, afraid to blink. And in the corner of the mirror, she smiled. The end.